Now.
Now test the motor function of cranial nerves 9 and 10. First, depress the tongue with a tongue blade and have the person say ah. The uvula and soft palate should rise in the midline, and the tonsillar pillars should move symmetrically. Then touch the posterior pharyngeal wall with a tongue blade to elicit the gag reflex. Also note that the voice should sound smooth and not strained.
Okay, sorry about that. Now what we're going to do is check cranial nerve 11. Okay, I need to look at your neck and your shoulders, so I'm going to undo your gown.
Okay.
To assess cranial nerve 11, the spinal accessory nerve, examine the sternomastoid and trapezius muscles. They should be equal in size. Also test for muscle strength in 2 ways.
What I need for you to do now is just look straight ahead for me.
Ask the person to turn his head against your resistance at the side of his chin.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Then ask him to shrug his shoulders against your resistance. These movements should feel equally strong on both sides. Finally, assess cranial nerve 12, the hypoglossal nerve. First, inspect the tongue, which should have no wasting or tremors. Then ask the person to protrude his tongue, which should thrust forward in the midline.
Could you stick your tongue out, please? We're going to continue your neurological exam, but I'll need for you to lie down.
To test sensations mediated by the spinothalamic tract, start with the ability to perceive pain. Using a fractured tongue blade, ask the person to close his eyes and say sharp or dull, depending on the sensation he feels. Then lightly touch the sharp point or dull end of the tongue blade randomly to his body.
Sharp.
Let at least 2 seconds elapse between each stimulus to avoid summation, the perception of frequent consecutive stimuli as one strong stimulus. The person should be able to identify each sensation correctly.
Sharp. Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Sharp.
Good. Could you open your eyes?
If the person's pain sensation is abnormal, test his temperature sensation. Fill 1 test tube with hot water and 1 with cold water.
Okay.
Instruct him to say hot or cold based on which temperature he feels. Then apply the test tubes to his skin randomly. He should be able to identify both sensations correctly.
I'm going to check light touch sensation. I'm going to touch your different parts of your body. I need you to tell me.
To test light touch, ask the person to say now when you randomly apply a cotton wisp to his arms, forearms, hands,
Now.
thighs,
Now.
and legs.
Now.
He should report feeling light touch in all points that you touched.
Now.
To test sensation mediated by the posterior
Now what
columns,
I'm going to do is I'm going to
start by testing the ability to feel vibration using a low-pitch tuning fork. After telling the person to indicate when the vibration starts and stops, strike the tuning fork on the heel of your hand and hold its base on a bony surface of his great toe and fingers. He should feel vibration or a buzzing sensation on these distal areas. If not, assess proximal areas, such as the ankles, patella, and iliac crests, or the wrists and elbows.
Next, I'm going to have you tell me when you can feel the vibration.
Remember that some older adults normally lose vibration sensation in the great toe and
Close
ankle.
your eyes and tell me when it stops. Now.
open your eyes and sit up, please.
Also test position sense. To prepare the person, have him watch a few trials as you move his finger or great toe up and down. Then have him close his eyes and tell you which way you moved the digit.
Okay.
Okay? This is up, and this is down.
Okay.
Okay? Can you close your eyes for me?
Sure.
Holding the digit by the sides, vary the order of movement up or down. Normally, a person can detect movement of a few millimeters.
Up. Up. Down. Down.
If he has normal or near normal sense of touch and position, perform tactile discrimination tests. First, test stereognosis, the ability to recognize objects by feel. With the person's eyes closed, place a familiar object, such as a key or paperclip, in his hand and ask him to identify it. Normally, he will explore it with his fingers and name it correctly.
Paperclip.
Test a different object in each hand.
Could you extend your other hand again for me?
Next, test graphesthesia, the ability to read a number traced on the skin. With the person's eyes closed,
That's an 8.
use a blunt instrument to trace a single number or letter on his palm, facing him. Ask him to identify it, which he should be able to do accurately.
Z.
Good. Could you open your eyes? I'm going to touch you with this paperclip. I need for you to tell me if you feel 1 point.
Then test two-point discrimination, the ability to detect two simultaneous pricks on the skin. Apply the 2 points of an opened paperclip lightly to the skin in ever shorter distances.
2.
Note the distance at which the person no longer perceives two separate points, normally 2 to 8 millimeters on the fingertips.
Touch parts of your body. I need for you to tell me where I just touched.
Also test extinction. To do this, ask the person to state how many sensations he feels and where he feels
Both
them,
wrists.
as you simultaneously touch both sides of his body at the same point. Normally, he can feel both sensations.
I want you to keep your
Finally, test point
Now I'm gonna
location.
touch parts of your body.
Tell the person to touch the same spot you touch.
Okay.
Then touch his skin and withdraw the stimulus promptly. He should be able to point to the touched location accurately.
Good. You can open your eyes now. Okay, we finished the first part of your neurological exam.
After you complete this part of the neurologic examination, decide if the person needs a break before you assess the motor system and reflexes. If so, review your findings with him so far, answer any questions he may have, and teach him how to maintain and improve his health.
And they can